be right back.
Hey.
Let's go.
We know how to party. In Memphis, condoms are free from Planned Parenthood and their friends all over town.
Nothing sexier than free. So check out freecondomsmemphis.org and get some.
Too much. I don't even
Want to talk
remember
about sex?
graduation
Talk about
night.
condoms at
Somehow there was a ditch in my car.
freecondomsmemphis.org. Get some
That was crazy.
before you get
But
some.
my friend Michael was driving. I was
freecondomsmemphis.org.
so inebriated. I was like, we can call it Uber. I'll
This is
leave
the
this out
city.
here.
This is their
So
story.
he was like, no, I gotta
Some
get to the
things have been
airport.
changed,
And I was like,
so many
okay,
lives
I'll
have been
sleep in the car on
changed
the way
too.
to the airport.
They're going to
And
give
then
you
I'm
the
gonna call
facts,
Uber.
just the facts. Some call this
He said,
the
"We're
city
gonna park
of
your
crime.
car in the
They're
garage."
done. It's going to be the city
You gonna drop
that
me off in the
cares
garage,
a lot.
and I'm gonna call the
This
Uber
is
and
the
walk
city
with
of
you.
Memphis, Tennessee, where fearless, inspired, on fire, hungry rebel revolutionaries has transformed hearts and minds. Not with weapons, but with their own passion, integrity, and hard work. All they're asking is for you to join their movement.
I do it.
It's easy to join with a donation of $20, $50, or $100. And
Or not.
it's all for the nonprofit organization Relationships Unleashed.
I know you
This
was
donation
mad that
will
the
help
business
enhance
laws.
the
I'll be running
So we was graduating on
education
Saturday. I had to tell you in
for the
person.
LGBTQ
That I
community
really
and its allies.
was
Go to
hoping. I really was. I was like,
on the World Wide Web.
I was like, please, can they just play somewhere else? I was
Well,
like,
you know, I
can they
get
play
it.
overtime or something?
My body used to work. I got my 5 jobs, so
You know, I got that.
Get tested for HIV/AIDS
I don't need
because
it. I was
like,
HIV
Lord.
has become the third leading cause of death among African Americans between the ages of 25 and
peeling?
34. Even more surprising is
Are
the
you getting
fact
enough
that this
water?
disease has become
What?
the leading
Are you getting
cause of
enough water?
death for African American women between the
Are you getting
ages
enough
of
water?
25 and
Yeah.
34.
Oh.
The spread
No,
of
we started working out.
HIV/AIDS is the single
I didn't
greatest
put no
health crisis
sunscreen on like
currently
2 days.
affecting African Americans.
Right.
Join the
I can do
Cathedral
the
Praise
shoes
Church of Memphis
with the
Incorporated each
pants
Sunday
whenever.
at 12:30
So
p.m.
maybe if
for
they
our
was
Spirit
like
Filled Worship
short,
service,
rolled up,
and each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. for our Bible study. You do not want to miss these
That's what I
compact
did.
services.
One
We
day I
are a
forget.
church for all people, and we welcome you as we transform the Memphis
But I can
culture.
get
The church
it
is
before,
located
like,
inside Bun
some
Presbyterian Church at 561 South Prescott Street, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm Dr. Darnell Goose Jr., Senior Pastor of
But I
the
wouldn't
Cathedral
wear
Praise
that.
Church of Memphis Incorporated, and I hope to see you there.
I can't find one.
Choices is a non-profit sexual health clinic in Midtown
Let's go,
Memphis. We
Michael!
accept 10 care and observation assistance to help pay for needed
Somebody else was
services.
knocking on the door.
Choices is proud to provide comprehensive reproductive
Nah.
health services.
That's an inside joke.
In the environment, we offer a wide range of services such as general wellness, fertility assistance,
He was
STI
like-
testing and treatment, reproductive health services for people living with HIV, including
No,
PrEP and PEP, birth control, Gardasil vaccinations, abortion services, miscarriage management, and services for trans and gender non-conforming people, including hormone replacement therapy. Everybody needs choices.
Oh. I felt that one.
Right.
You warned me. Right. I wasn't ready.
That's your problem now.
Plain old boring shoes, that's played out. The same as lame. Turn up the bling with Sean Clemens. Her boutique of customized kicks and other items can be found on her website, the number 1cdkixs.com. Call her today at 901-563-2814. You bring it and she'll bling it. The Unleashed Voice magazine is here and you can find it at a location near you. Side Street, Spin Street, Cafe Eclectic, and many other sites. Check out tvmag.com for exclusive content and to get your business in our magazine. Don't forget tvmag.com and follow our social media movements. Would you like to donate or become a sponsor with our radio show? Want to be a guest? Do you have any show ideas? Go to relationshipunleashed.com today and let your voice be heard. Want to call in? Call us 901-260-5926. Experience the power of I Am with Relationship Unleashed for the next empowerment workshop. The workshop will take place on Thursday, May 25th from 6 to 8 p.m. at number 2 Vance at 325 Wagner, downtown Memphis. Register for free at relationshipunleashed.com.
Somebody put some water on her feet. She just over there grinding. She's doing the stoop thing. She's a cafe woman.
Zip joint, mama.
Hoochie coochie. She was just grinding.
She had a little arm in it.
She bit her lip and everything.
It's like, Lord.
I looked at her, it's too young for you. You're cougar. Woo!
Damn.
Yeah, my
You're the ones that had the stamina though.
Hell to the dog.
Ain't number the number.
Right.
How did you with your romp him over there?
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is the Unleashed Voice Radio Show. We back. We educate, empower, and enrich the community. Gavin, what is the purpose of this position with the being the president of the Shelby County Young Democrats?
Yeah, good question, cuz. Look, what we're trying to do is bring an emphasis to three particular areas. Number one is politics. Increasing the amount of millennials participating in running for office, at least by 25% by 2020. That's the first piece.
All right.
The other thing that we're trying to do is increase the number of millennials registered to vote and actually voting by 20,000 by 2020. And the reason that 2020 is so important is because we see this trend up and Democrats take back control of the House in 2018 and stop the madness that's going on. That's going to have implications for 19 in the city elections and definitely going to have implications in 2020 when it comes to congressional seats and presidential elections. So that's the first thing that we're trying to accomplish. The next thing that we're trying to tackle is advocating for infrastructure improvements and making sure that minority contracting is getting a portion of that.
Were you here when Jesse Jackson came?
Was here when he came, wasn't able to leave where I was at forward, but he brought light to something that many people forget. You know, Dr. King lost his life here as a black man in Memphis, Tennessee, but he came to fight for better wages and better working environments for sanitation workers. So that's something that's still at the forefront of our mind. If we want Memphis to be a premier city of the South or the world, like Atlanta, like Los Angeles, New York, we've got to put some money back in the black community. Minority contracting is the best way to do that. And the last piece is education. You know, without education, we all know there's nothing that we can't do.
Right.
You've proven that, Dr. Clemens. Congratulations on your latest accomplishment. So, if we can bring people out and really get the needle moving on that, hopefully we can impact all three of those areas over the next 2 years in my term.
I think also, I think we have seen in the last 6 months how important politics are or is, and how important the role that politics plays in our everyday life. People they did not realize this with the possible stripping of the Affordable Health Care Act. And also, I heard that 45 and this crew is trying to strip away the college, what is it called?
Historical Black College.
No, not that one.
They're doing something with student loans.
The student loan forgiveness. They're trying to cut that completely out.
That's why they put basic debt.
And so now I see the people see this. They see all the people who voted for this man. They see that he doesn't give a 3 cents about you at all. And so now they see how important these politics are. That's why we get out here in March. That's why we go to City Hall and raise hell. That's why we go down to Nashville and raise hell. It's very important to get involved in politics. And it's so important for churches to come out the pulpit, quit preaching in the pulpit, and preach with a Bible and a newspaper in your hand to keep your members enlightened about what's going on in this world.
And I mean, at some point, and somebody's going to have to be the person to say it, so I'll be the person today on Unleash.
Well, come on then. That's why we call it Unleashed Voice.
At some point, all of this other BS has to get pulled to the side, put to the side.
What's the BS?
All the BS, what the Republicans use to divide and conquer. They always want to talk about what Democrats are for social issues. We're pro-gay marriage. We're pro-abortion. They use all these buzzwords. And that's true. We believe that we should live and let live. It is not my right to tell someone who to love. It's not my right as a male to tell a female what to do with her body, what's the best decision to do for her. But there are some things that are blind to partisanship. So when we start talking about a working wage for individuals, that's blind to partisanship. When we start talking about education, that's blind to partisanship, because no matter whether I live out east or whether I live in South Memphis, my kid should have a very good chance to become whatever he or she wants to be. And healthcare, nobody should have to live out the final years of their life if they're struggling with a catastrophic illness, worried about how their family is going to pay for this catastrophic illness after they're gone.
Absolutely.
It makes no sense. So those are the things that we just have to keep at the forefront. While we're worried about what's going on up at the White House and all these crazy things that happen in the campaign, they're passing some real crazy laws.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
Yes.
They're doing some crazy things.
Yes.
And some of my counterparts say they're doing all of these things out of the forefront to keep our eyes away from the fact that they're doing some crazy things.
I have a quick question. So when we're working with the millennials, we see that the attention cycle normally goes from rompers to Kim Kardashian and to all of these other headlines. How do we shift that focus from the things that are more surface level into getting them involved in advocacy and politics?
Well, what we saw in 2008 and where we saw it trend down was the fact that President Obama did something that hadn't been done before, in the sense that he gave young people and all of these different marginalized groups something to believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And that was hope. When
Yes.
you give people hope,
Yes.
they're going to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And let's fast forward to 2016. When we talk about this discussion of, well, I didn't want to vote for Hillary, I didn't want to vote for Trump, I voted for Gary Johnson or Jill Stein.
Mm-hmm.
Those were the candidates that spoke to what people, millennials in
And the
general,
Bernie Sanders.
and the
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders, you
Hillary.
don't forget that. They believed in.
Mm-hmm.
Hillary Clinton just didn't fire people up. And that's something I struggled with as someone that proudly voted for her. But she just didn't excite millennials the way that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think she was part of the old machine.
Part of that old
Yeah.
And I
guard.
she
think it
learned.
was time for the old guard to go. And I think even though Bernie Sanders is old,
But he talks our language.
exactly. So, you said something, that hit home like right here in Memphis, Tennessee. The majority of residents are people of color.
But I think close to 70% in Memphis now, 52 or 54% in the county.
But the minority runs this city.
Absolutely.
So people have to understand that the majority of the people they represent, because Memphis always is blue in Tennessee.
And I can top that for you. The mayor of every major city in Memphis now is a Democrat. That includes Knoxville, Chattanooga, Clarksville, Tennessee.
Outside this.
Outside of this.
Well, you know what happened with that
I
one.
know.
So, but so people have to understand how the minority is running the city.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're as a young man coming into the political realm, people appreciate, as we can see now, authenticity.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The putting on a suit and tie and a jacket and being a politician, that's played out because people see through that.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see a real candidate, down to earth. If you got broken English, speak it. Just be true, be real, and people can. That's what they gravitate to when you say hope. Because if you come in all poised and proper with that political talk, I don't want to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it real with me, and that's kind of what pulled a lot of people to 45.
Mm-hmm. And I can testify to that because I've been that guy before, having worked in politics. I saw when I was Mr. Suit and Tie, the type of response I got when I got into the community. Then I remembered something that my grandmother said to me a long time ago that sticks with me: to thine own self be true.
Mm-hmm.
Once you really begin to strip away everything that society has dumped on top of you and saying that this is the way that you need to maneuver inside situations, and you take that back and you go out and really show that you care about the community, people are more receptive to that.
And, matter of fact, somebody told me this a couple of years ago. You can never be effective at anything you do until you become 100% authentic in doing it. A lot of people try to do things and they do it for the wrong, malicious ways and just be doing it, But you will never be effective. You never can discover your purpose and your gift until you really do it, and you got to do it with purpose and meaning and passion. There's nothing worse than a powerful person with no passion.
No passion.
And so you have to have that passion when you're doing things, and then people are more prone to help you once they see your passion and your fire and desire than they will be if you don't have anything going on.
And I think that's the thing that's unique about this Young Democrats race. I know we only have a few more minutes, but I think that's the thing. We stand at a crossroads in Memphis,
Mm-hmm.
and we have those on one side that want to keep us divided and conquered.
Absolutely.
And I'm presenting an alternative to that, bringing in, we've got a very, very diverse slate